Next at noon, stuck in a duct. A man gets wedged in a Miami Beach hotel's air duct. Hear what police say he was doing.
It won't be tolerated. The University of Miami speaking out this noon about that foot brawl seen around the country and plans for next year's game with FIU.
Masked bandits rob a local bank. See how the time of year may have played a part.
And caught on camera what this mother's accused of doing, all with her son right next to her. Good afternoon. I'm George Estevez. Elliot Rodriguez is off.
I'm Joy Purdy. CBS 4 News at noon starts right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at noon.
First at noon, that fight seen around the world. Now officials weigh in on the big FIU brawl. That, of course, is the wrong video there. But this morning, University of Miami President Donna Shalala spoke publicly for the first time since Saturday's on-field fight, saying her school is creating new rules for player behavior.
But she says there's a limit to the punishment she's willing to dish out to the players who were involved in that foot brawl. CBS 4's Jill Martin live for us now on campus with the latest to this fallout. Hey, Jill, what do we know?
Hey, well, when I walked into the news conference about a half hour ago, the first thing I received was an apology letter from Brandon Merriweather. He was one of the players seen stomping on some of the Golden Panthers Saturday night. In essence, here he apologizes for his actions and his teammates' actions and regrets them. After that, University of Miami President Donna Shalala came to the podium and addressed the media. And in essence, she said that this university will not tolerate this type of behavior. And if it happens in the future, these players will be booted off the team. Now, let's show you that video from Saturday night, kicking, screaming, and stomping. And here's the most recent breakdown. For FIU, 2 players are booted off the team, and 16 others are suspended indefinitely. For Miami, safety Anthony Reddick is put on indefinite suspension for using his helmet as a weapon. And as of now, 12 other Canes will be suspended from the Duke game this Saturday. President Shalala said these students will also be placed on probation, participating in community service, with the understanding that if anything like this happens again, they will be kicked off the team.
It's time for the feeding frenzy to stop. These young men made a stupid, terrible, horrible mistake, and they are being punished. They are students, and we are an educational institution, and we will act like an educational institution, not like a PR machine that's trying to spin and to restore an image that we work so hard to put in place.
Now, Larry Coker is addressing the media right now. Shalala goes on to say that she will meet with FIU President Mitch Maydeek this Thursday to decide if the series will be played next year. The game is already scheduled, but they will meet to decide if it is a good idea. We'll keep you updated. Jill Martin, CBS 4 Sports.
All right, Jill, thank you. Also this noon, crews carry a man out on a stretcher when his cries for help are heard through a hotel wall, believe it or not. Crews rescued the man after he fell right into an air conditioning duct at the Shore Club.
And police say this might not have been an accident. CBS 4's Tiffany Hellberg live on Miami Beach. Tiffany, what else do we know at this hour?
Well, it's an unusual story to say the least. Police are now waiting to question that man after he was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in stable condition. Well, what's the holdup? Police say he's drunk, but does that explain how he fell into an AC vent on the roof of the Shore Club? The word on the beach is spreading just outside the Shore Club Hotel.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Paul. Hear that?
Shore Club guests Joe Shaw and Paul Lockley can't believe the news. Just after 5 o'clock this morning, workers in the hotel's basement heard screaming coming from the walls. They called 911 and the fire department cut a hole out of that wall, found a man wearing only a bathing suit. Not a lot of padding to comfort a 3-story fall through the AC vent.
Where he was at was a very difficult extrication. So we took our time not to injure him any further.
It took firefighters at least an hour to get the man out. No one seems to know who he is. Firefighters only saying he's not a Shore Club employee.
Is he a resident? Is he staying at the hotel?
They won't tell us.
Oh, I'm not sure why someone would want to break into a hotel in their bathing suit.
Must be
Hey,
some wild party.
Why? There's no credible, normal reason why somebody would do that. I don't know. America's a weird place for me, so.
America can be a weird place, so can South Beach, I guess. Again, police are not sure if they're going to be charging this man. They say they're still waiting to get his side of the story when he sobers up. Live now in South Beach, Tiffany Hellberg, CBS 4 News.
Brazen robbers storm a Sunrise Bank. They were actually wearing Halloween masks at the time. CBS 4's Leif Davalos is there now with this story. Leif?
Well, the good news here is that no one was injured in this robbery. Police say that it was just after 9 o'clock this morning when 3 men wearing what they are calling character masks, one of them being described as a plastic old man mask, they entered this AmTrust Bank located here at 9100 West Oakland Park Boulevard. Now, 2 of the men stayed in the lobby yelling to employees and customers to get down, while police say the 3rd man jumped the counter and took a bag of money, an undisclosed amount of money. They then took off in a stolen car down Pine Island Road. Now, employees were shaken up by this early morning robbery. Police right now interviewing customers and employees. FBI and BSO also looking into similarities to a string of recent bank robberies where a group of armed gunmen wearing ski masks and have so far robbed about 10 banks in the last year or so. Now, the FBI and FDLE have posted a big reward for their capture, but right now they don't know if this one is a copycat crime or not.
3 males entered the bank. They were all wearing character masks over their face, long sleeve shirts, and gloves. Once they entered the bank, one of the males jumped the counter while the other 2 males basically controlled the bank, told all the customers to get down. The male that jumped the counter went into one of the back rooms in the bank and obtained a sack full or a bundle full of an undisclosed amount of money.
Now, police found the silver Ford Taurus just south of here. Witness saying they saw the men take off then in an awaiting SUV. Authorities are also going to be reviewing the surveillance tape here. Meantime, they're asking for the public's help. In this case, they're asking if you know anything to call Broward County Crime Stoppers. That number is 954-493-TIPS. We are live in Sunrise. Leif Davalos, CBS 4 News.
A teen is in the hospital after nearly drowning in a South Miami Heights pool. Witnesses say he was swimming when he hit his head and went under. He lived at this state-run group home with other teens. He was airlifted to the hospital and no word on his condition.
An SUV slams into some propane tanks here behind this restaurant in Lauderhill and causes quite a scare. The crash happened in the 7500 block of Oakland Park Boulevard. There was no fire here, but Oakland Park Boulevard was closed as a precaution for some time this morning.
Broward School Superintendent Frank Till's job may be on the line at today's school board meeting. Till's contract runs through July, but at least one board member will reportedly ask her colleagues to fire him today. Critics accuse Till of bad business practices and other problems, but supporters say he's doing a good job academically. Till has been with the district for 7 years. We will be at today's meeting. You can look for our report on CBS 4 News first at 5.
It's a sad day for so many students at a South Florida high school who are mourning the loss of a popular cheerleader killed in an ATV crash. CBS 4's Yusila Ramirez live for us now in Margate with reaction today. Yusila?
Well, George, this afternoon you can still see the police markings where the driver of this ATV lost control and where Lindsay Perkins was killed. Now, this accident happened right across the street from Margate Fire Station, so paramedics were here within minutes, but still, they couldn't save the 17-year-old who died as she was being transported to the hospital. Around her neighborhood, 17-year-old Lindsay Pickens was known for her big smile.
I feel like I've lost one of my big sisters. But you have to stay strong for her. It just feels unreal because 1 minute you could be here and 1 minute you can't. And it's just upsetting.
At Coconut Creek High School, this senior will be remembered for being kind to everyone.
She was really nice. You know, she talked to anyone. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're like a loner, she'll go up to you and talk to you.
For those who knew this popular cheerleader, it's a heartbreaking day. By early this morning, they had already heard the news that Lindsay was killed in an ATV accident just blocks from where she lived with her dad.
She's an only kid, and that just even makes it worse, you know, because that was his baby, his life, his sunshine.
She wasn't moving. When they picked her up off the ground, there was a pool of blood at least that big, just under her head.
24-year-old Kevin Cerna was driving the ATV that neighbors say belonged to Lindsay. She was riding in the back. Cerna was heading down a grassy stretch that runs adjacent to Rock Island Road. He lost control when the ATV's tires hit the sidewalk, causing the four-wheeler to flip. Lindsay and Kevin were thrown, and you can see the spot where they landed in the middle of the street.
Can't even be explained what he's going through. Can't even be explained in words.
Just a few feet from where she died, friends have created a makeshift memorial, dropping off flowers and candles to mark the spot where they lost a close and very loved friend. Back out here live to this makeshift memorial that is just growing since we've been here. Grief counselors at the high school this afternoon to help students cope through this very difficult day. And 24-year-old Kevin Cerna, we understand, has been released from the hospital. That is the latest in Coconut Creek, or rather Margate. Yusila Ramirez, CBS 4 News.
In national news, North Korea breaks its silence, calling the United Nations imposed sanctions an act of war. In the North Korean capital, thousands held torches high, celebrating the anniversary of the Down with Imperialism Union. The rally comes on the heels of North Korea's first nuclear test. Now, U.S. leaders fear a second test could happen soon.
North Korea has put itself on a course to much deeper isolation from the international community and ultimately to a very, very bleak future.
On North Korean TV, a newscaster reads a government statement saying the country wants peace and dialogue, but is always ready for confrontation. U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is heading to the region to press North Korea's neighbors into enforcing the UN sanctions. President Bush has signed into law what he calls a vital tool to protect the U.S. from terrorism. It authorizes the interrogation of terror suspects and paves the way for trials before military commissions. The president signed the bill in the White House East Room at a table displaying a sign reading "Protecting America." Mr. Bush said the bill signing was in memory of the victims of 9/11.
Now to a story you'll see only on 4. A disturbing story, really. A South Florida family is considering legal action now. This is the reason. Take a look. Images that are too graphic for us to show you. What the family says a local school did to their corpse, the corpse of their loved one. Carrie Kahn will have the exclusive story first at 5.
Also coming up, first at 5, Lori Stein's survivor's story. She battled breast cancer, but her fight is far from over. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Lori talks about living every day with the fear of the disease returning, and she takes us along for her follow-up visits to the doctor. It's all coming up first at 5.
Fascinating, all she's been through.
She's amazing.
Still ahead right here on CBS 4 News at noon. Some things parents just shouldn't do with their kids, and we're going to tell you one of them. The crime this mom was caught doing on tape with her son.
A bus spins out and a Florida sheriff is killed during a charity event.
And troubles are brewing for Starbucks. We'll tell you about an important recall.
Craig Setzer and Weather Control haven't been outside yet. Oh, take a look. It is beautiful, but will it last? Your forecast is coming up.
When I flew in space, I saw firsthand that American innovation could conquer any challenge. And now we need to use the power of American innovation to make our country independent of foreign oil. We need to commit ourselves to produce alternative fuel from sources like ethanol. We can do it, and we will.
Bill Nelson, fighting for Florida. Always has, always will.
I'm Bill Nelson, and I approve this message.
On my next show, you don't want to miss this Better Than Nothing kitchen workout. Then a husband who refuses to cook for his wife. He's getting a taste of my mini kitchen boot camp and my affordable favorites right here in New York City.
Rachel Ray, today at 3 on 4.
Some people go to great lengths for a little peace and quiet. With the Quiet Life Oxygen Concentrator, you won't have to. It's the quietest running concentrator. Call Medicor Healthcare and start enjoying your new quiet life with everyone. Medicor Healthcare, 800-250-4468.
Florida seniors deserve better. Ron Klein favors a bureaucrat-run system where your health care services could be rationed. And that means Klein favors limiting your choice of doctors and only allowing some people to change doctors once a year. Now we learn Ron Klein might raise our Social Security taxes and may hurt some Florida seniors by cutting Social Security benefits. Government-run health care? Ron Klein. The National Republican Congressional Committee paid for and is responsible for the content of this message.
CBS Tonight.
Hey, you. I am Jimmy's fiance. James loved me.
Check fight! Getting engaged to 2 women.
2 fiancés. That a Marine thing?
That's neat to know. Can be